Hey, man.
Hey,
Are you afraid of ghosts?
I am not afraid of ghosts. You know why?
Why?
Because we're going to be talking about Ghostbusters 3.
3.
Hey, listen.
So yeah, Ghostbusters 3. Okay, so this is not a reboot.
Nope.
Nope, this is a direct sequel to Ghostbusters 2.
Yes. They're kind of ignoring Ghostbusters.
Yeah, they
Answer the
they
Call.
are pretty much wiping the slate clean from oh god, what was that was the all-female Ghostbusters.
Yes, Answer the Call.
Answer the Call. That was a couple years ago, 2016, I believe that came out.
Yes.
But that was a Paul Feig directed movie. I personally didn't care for it, but you know,
I was indifferent.
it was.
I didn't hate it.
Yeah, I didn't hate it. Yeah,
Didn't
it
like
was. It was a. I just don't think it was a Ghostbusters
If I was
movie.
flipping through the channels that was on TV, I'd keep flipping.
Yeah, I keep flipping.
So-
It's not one of those things you need to watch it again. If you've seen it once, you kind of get the gist of it. But yeah, so it's wiping the slate clean. Speculation because it's going to be 2020 before at the earliest 2020 before it even
Yeah,
comes
they're
out.
talking summer 2020.
They're talking summer 2020, so it'll be a summer blockbuster, hopefully. I guess what they were saying is that Ivan Reitman's son, Jason, he's gonna be directing it. So I mean,
He's not got a good track record on directing.
but I mean, who better to know? Because I guarantee he talked to his dad about how maybe he would maybe like to do things on.
Maybe his dad will be standing over his shoulder.
Yeah, be like, hey, that's wrong.
Cut. No, don't cut.
Because if you
Keep rolling.
because if you so what speculation is right now is that it's going to be more of a teenaged, and the reason why we're talking about that is because they actually just released about a minute teaser.
Oh. Did you watch it?
I did. I watched it a couple times. They actually a minute teaser about Ghostbusters 3 with the original Ecto one.
Yeah, you caught that right with the license plate.
And,
It's the
and,
original.
and if you didn't actually really catch it, that was original to the first Ghostbusters because it had the orange license plate,
yeah,
not the
Ecto
Ghostbusters
1A.
and not the Ecto
Ecto 1.
1A with the American flag and stuff like that. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but and then it had the music of the original.
Was that a theremin?
It was
music?
something. It was something like that. I think it was. It was
Eerie sounding music. From
eerie
the first one.
sounded from the first one when they're in the library when they go up to the librarian. So and then you have the little Ecto one, and then you also have Ectoplasm on the right hand side.
Around the fence area.
Around the fence area, and then you hear in the kind of background.
You hear the proton pack.
The proton
kicking on.
pack.
They're working on. You hear like a ratchet, and then the proton pack.
So speculation says that this is going to be a teenaged No, I can't say reboot.
Introduce some new characters
It gotta-
along with supposedly some of the original characters are coming, but well, minus the one who
Yeah,
has passed away.
yeah, and and a lot of people were saying, "Will he come back as a ghost?"
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, I never thought about that.
Yeah, as it like an
That's,
animated ghost, like Slimer
kind
or
of
something
like a little throwback to him.
Exactly.
Nice little tribute.
That would be kind of cool.
Yeah,
that would be
yeah,
like
okay.
your ultimate villain because he knows everything about your crew. Yeah. See.
I didn't even think about that twist.
Yeah, I mean that'd be kind of cool. So so they said it's kind of they want to do like a teenage version, 14 to 17, 14 to 18.
You got to bring the new team in if you want to continue the franchise.
Exactly, because I mean, if they're gonna just clean the slate of the last one, which I think is a good idea, because here's the thing: in 2016, when everybody said, "Ooh, Ghostbusters," nobody wanted it to be a reboot. Nobody, because
It was a different universe anyway.
different universe because you pretty
I
much
had no problems with them being a sequel to the first two.
no. I mean, and I don't. It wasn't a sequel. It's just a complete reboot from the 2016.
No, I'm talking about the third one.
Yeah, the third one now. I mean, that, and you also have there was I think a glimpse of Bill Murray being a little older now, actually in a Ghostbuster suit, like a behind the scenes, like he was kind of in the bushes. They're
Ernie Hudson's talked about it too.
oh yeah,
so
I mean
you can't have Ghostbusters
without Ernie Hudson.
without Ernie.
Because that man will come to every con in his Ghostbusters outfit, and he will beat that drum to death. But I mean, I'm super thrilled about it. I can't wait. And I think but there was some controversy as soon as this was. I think they released the trailer, or they released something on. Jason Reitman had an interview, I believe, with Entertainment Weekly, and then the next day they released the teaser trailer. And I think a couple days after that, a big controversy saying, just because, I think it was Leslie Jones.
Leslie Jones, yeah.
Yeah,
Saturday Night Live,
she
yeah.
had she was one of the 2016 women Ghostbusters. And she just kind of went off on like misogynistic racism and stuff like that. And I'm all like, that's...
I don't think Sony did that so much as they looked at the ticket sales.
Yeah, exactly.
It didn't. I don't even know if it made its money back.
And they're not saying that it's going all back to the original cast. And I believe it's almost going to be like a Stranger Things kind of thing. Especially if it's going to be teenagers. So also speculation that the Sigourney...
You want to see Barb?
Just
Ghostbusters in the underworld.
So I think it is. I think might be interesting. So here, and this is the rumor mill going on because that's what people do. They go on the internet and says, "Hey, I speculate." And this is one of my speculations. The son of Sigourney Weaver, the baby.
Right.
So I believe that he grew up, and because he'll be in his. This was 1982, the first one came out, so he would be roughly my age, around 36, 37. I think he would have a kid, roughly a teenager, especially if he had in his 20s. So I think that the teenager is going to take over, or I think the grandchild of the baby from Sigourney Weaver from the original one is going to continue in the footsteps of this Ghostbusters.
Have they said if Sigourney Weaver's going to be in this?
They didn't speculate, but again, this is just speculation.
Or Rick Moranis, because he's coming back to Hollywood now.
Yeah,
That'd be an excellent vehicle to bring him back.
The whole reason why he wanted to is because he wanted to raise his kids, and he kind of stopped it. And I mean,
I admire that.
Yeah, I admire that too. But if
what a way to come back with the new Ghostbusters.
Oh my God! Especially if he has
Are you the gatekeeper?
Are you the key holder? I'm the gatekeeper. Oh my God! If he could come back and then then another Honey I Shrunk the Kids, it would be awesome. Spaceball 2, the sequel.
Spaceball 2, I can get behind. Honey I Shrunk the Kids.
they did like 15 of those anyway. So yeah, I think God, it's speculation, rumor, and he did say okay. So when Jason Reitman did have the Entertainment Weekly interview, he said this is going to be. It's called Ghostbusters 3: Passing the Torch. That's kind of what they're putting the title out there right now.
Fits with them bringing in teenagers.
Yeah.
So I can see that.
Because I think it's going to be, it's like Stranger Things meets up with, because Stranger Things is huge, especially with, first Ghostbusters was kind of an oddity because it wasn't really a comedy, it wasn't really a horror movie.
Have you ever seen the script for the original script for Ghostbusters? It was no comedy. It was dark and horror,
which is supernatural and horror and stuff like
but-
that.
so
Especially when you're
in-
talking about Vigo the Carpathian.
Vigo!
It's Vigo the Carpathian.
Yeah, the dude rewrote it and put in some comedic moments in there to kind of ease the horror to it.
Yeah, because they are technically actors that play comedic roles, but they were not comedic actors at the time.
Yeah, and I think that's where the 2016 one went wrong. They went way too.
They went way too heavy on the comedy.
Campy comedy.
Yeah, and the thing is, back in 1982, you're talking about that you had. I think wasn't excuse me if I'm wrong, and comment down below. Maybe Rick Baker that did the special effects.
He does a lot of special effects, so that's a good guess.
It might be. I might be completely wrong, and that would be my fault. But back then you had new, how the way that they did the Ghost, which is not really new. It's 100 years old. It's just
a lot of practical effects.
A lot of practical effects, and it looked cool back in the 80s. But now that in the 2019, you have so many. You can do the same practical or digital effects on your phone.
You can CGI it like
crazy. And that's why another issue is with the 2016 one is there's so much CGI. There's so much, and people, just like when the new Star Wars came out, he wanted, which was still a lot of CGI, but he didn't want to do it everything CGI, and I think that was a lot of the practical stuff kind of lost people, and I think it's a new wave of people actually wanting to see real things. Yeah, so. It's going to be crazy. But what do you guys think?
I'm looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait. It's going to be super exciting, especially if all the rumor mills are true. I'm thinking, and this is just my personal, this is my personal opinion. I think it's the grandchild of the original people. Bill Murray might be coming in. Sigourney Weaver might be coming in. Ernie Hudson's definitely going to be in. Dan Aykroyd. Let's see if he puts his
He's been rumored, yeah.
Let's see if he puts his Crystal Skull vodka in there somewhere. Just product placement.
All those guys have been rumored to be attached to it. Besides Sigourney Weaver, I haven't heard anything about her yet.
And I would imagine she might, especially if the rumor mills are already going.
Annie Potts, I forgot about Annie Potts too. She was the secretary.
Oh yeah, with the big glasses and
so if they
the
could
squeaky
reunite
voice.
that whole original cast, that would be crazy.
Right. I just the only thing is it's such a big gap from 86 or 87 was the last one to 20, 30 years later, something like that.
Maybe they franchised Ghostbusters International.
Yeah, there are a lot of animated Ghostbusters out there, the Extreme Ghostbusters, which had female, which had female characters in them. But it's going to be. I think,
do it right.
Yeah, do it right. The only thing is I'm worried about is the whole backlash on. It's the whole. They're gonna erase what we did. In the 2016, which she was trying to say. But I think. To be honest, I think she kind of she put the nail in her coffin on getting any more acting gigs for Sony, getting more acting gigs for Sony because you can't just bash, just a movie. It's look,
her criticism is misplaced.
Very misplaced.
In my mind.
Yeah, but she's entitled to her own opinion, and if she wants to ruin her career by just lashing out on she still made the movie. A lot of people, they have their own following.
I think it was a financial decision. If Ghostbusters Answer the Call had just killed it at the box office,
they would have made 10 more.
We'd already have 2 more.
Yeah, exactly. But since everybody was all it's a reboot, which nobody wanted to reboot, and because you had original characters in there, but they were just a cab driver or something. And it's really. If you're even going to put them in there and not, it is whatever. I think this one's going to blow it out of the water. I think this one's going to do 10 times better than the last Ghostbusters, and I'm glad to see them back. And I'm glad to see the original 1959 millimeter Cadillac hearse, ambulance come back, because if they can bring that back. That will always be the original Ecto one, not the '84 Cadillac hearse that they had in the 2016.
And if anybody knows where I can find one, let me know.
They're so hard to find.
I make my own Ecto.
What, $150,000 roughly for one to find in original condition?
Yeah.
And then you still have to put $100,000 into it.
Yeah. That's why you don't see too many of them.
So if you want to go ahead and donate to us,
email. You can just
PayPal it to our email. I know I got something in my eye this entire time.
Your eyeball.
I know. All right, but so it's gonna be
a ghost.
I know we're just talking about it.
In your eye.
A ghost or a eyelash, one of the two. So well, what do you guys think? Are you guys excited for Ghostbusters 3? Are you guys not excited? Are you wondering? Some of these kids that are 20 years old have no idea what the original Ghostbusters are.
Did you prefer the all-female one?
Yeah. Did you prefer the Ghostbusters Saturday morning cartoon? I did.
Real Ghostbusters, Extreme Ghostbusters.
There's so many good. Yeah. So the good thing is that everybody thought that the 2016 Ghostbusters was the last thing they were going to put in the containment center, and just the Ghostbuster live action movies were dead, and people decided that it wasn't.
Still a big following for them.
For the original.
Who's your favorite original Ghostbuster?
Oh, you gotta have Bill Murray's character,
Spengler?
Spengler, yeah. You gotta have Spengler or Venkman.
I kind of lean toward Venkman.
But I like Spengler because he was a kind of a shyster scientist.
With the cards?
With the cards, yeah. He's all oh, you're doing so great, and then he just electrocutes the other guy. Who got it right? That was probably my favorite. My favorite part. He was one of those, but this was in the 80s, and you couldn't, what they say, half of all movies in the 80s would be totally racist, misogynistic, or something like that. They of the age, this age, so. You know,
That was the style of the time.
it was the style of the times, you know, but it's no more.
Too PC.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say too PC, but it's very PC.
Very PC. You can't, you know, you can, but it's not gonna be backed by a huge $100 million budget.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Sony's gonna want their cut, and if you talk about, you know, anything that's controversial, they will nip that right in the bud. Like, nope, not with our money.
Yeah, that's what it comes down to is the money.
It's all the money.
I don't think they care about making statements, political or otherwise.
Nope.
They're talking about making bank statements.
Yeah,
that's the only statements they care about.
Yep, that's the only, and then, you know, I mean, when you have that a big company, I understand, and you know, that's why I guess a lot of these indie movies they're not backed by huge things, but you know, when they come out, they get bought up by these companies because they're like, okay, it's not that controversial. We don't, you know.
Nobody burned the theater down.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. You know. Well, cool. Well, yeah, I think that's our take on it. What is your take on it? Comment down below, and while you're down there, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you press that bell icon so you can hear from us every time we come up. We usually try to do these weekly new categories. We're going to stick to one category a week. The first one was like, oh, we got 45 categories. Everybody should listen to that all at once.
That sucked for search engine optimization.
Yeah. So yeah, comment down below. My name is Patrick with Talk Nerdy to Me.
My name is Troy, also with Talk Nerdy to Me.
We'll see you nerds next week.
Later, nerds.
Bye.
Get nerdy with me. Tell me what game that you get on. Is it card or read? What kind of class do you play, girl? In an RPG.